Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for yet another match or yet another session of this game between Pakistan and Australia. Now, just as we were about to start, I've started early and I've started early for a reason. Once I click this button, 6 down, Babar Azam has just lost his wicket. That is an absolutely massive one for the Australians. And now Pakistan, they will be on the back foot. They still only need somewhere around that 4 runs per over to be able to tick themselves over to a victory, maybe a little bit higher, 4.5, but it's going to be exciting to see how this one does end up finishing off. And also yet another wicket, says Abdullah. It certainly was. And also big wicket for Australia. No, buggered. His arm is out there as well, says blindsiding. Yeah, it was actually a catch taken by, I believe it was Steve Smith, who was able to get it. I actually went away, filled up my drink, came back, and then the wicket was there. And I was like, wait, what's just happened here? It was not in the cards, I wouldn't have thought, for Babar Azam. Definitely because he was such a well-set batsman and an important part in the way that they were going to be chasing this one down. But now Norman Ali there. I've asked you to wear 6 bucket hats, but I feel sorry for you after yesterday. And there says Abdullah, yeah, we did end up having the whole bucket hat stack for that one last night. Now, 4 wickets in hand for the Australians. If they do end up, for Pakistan, if Australia get 4 quick wickets, they win this match. If they do miss out on those 4 quick wickets, and Pakistan survive for another 37.3 overs, does mean that Pakistan will draw this match, and Pakistan started well aggressively with a bunch of boundaries from Sajid Khan, although this will change their mindset a little bit, I would think, more than likely, unfortunately, with the fact that they did just lose that wicket of, it was the big man, Babar Azam. Important factor. I'm just going to move this over to here. We're going to put it in the middle of the screen as well. There we go. We have put that there. Nathan Lyon bowling. Once again, he's got 3 wickets for 72 runs. Big full toss. The first ball to Norman Ali, perhaps just trying to give him a little bit of a loosener. See whether or not you can throw him off. But it was off the edge of Babar Azam. Well taken by Steve Smith. That is probably one catch that could make up for a few of his mistakes and earlier catching opportunities. And LJ said, hi, welcome in to the live stream, mate. Hope you're doing well. Nicely played by Norman Ali, right behind the ball once again there. Like they're saying, it's a newish ball. It's only about 3 overs old here. Seems like Australia are starting to find themselves just a little bit more momentum. I'll have a look at the odds, see how they are sitting. But I was watching this one all throughout the rugby. I had it on the second screen, keeping you guys updated with what was happening during the match. But I don't think a lot of people could quite believe the fact that Babar Azam had lost his wicket there. The 4 wickets are still a lot. Sajid Khan well set here. And now after 84 overs, it will be 213 for 6. To the target of 351. They've actually got more runs than the highest run chase in Pakistan. But unfortunately for them, they still need another 100 and something more to be able to get themselves towards that total. 138 and 37 overs. Pakistan to win this match is 1%, Australia 71%, and then the draw is 28. So a lot of people thinking Australia will be able to go on and get themselves the victory. But like I mentioned, it's going to be around that 4 runs per over, somewhere around there, which will be relatively tricky to do. Definitely when you have got Sajid Khan, Norman Ali, Hassan Ali, Shaheen Afridi, and Naseem Shah. But the big thing is these guys can still bat, which is why it's going to be a very exciting finish. And that is also why I decided to go with the cricket for the last session of the day. I felt like we've done enough of this test match to not miss out on the final little bit of drama that might be going on between the two sides. Mitchell Starc charging in. Hit to the leg side, it's the wicket. And Usman Khawaja has taken the catch. Sajid Khan, he will now be gone. And Pakistan are 7 down. And that could be the big wicket that they did not want to lose in this game. 81.1 or 84.1, in fact. And it's another wicket down for Pakistan. Geez, we come back in and 2 wickets have fallen straight away in the time that we've been watching. That is not ideal for Pakistan. He's an angry man at the moment, Sajid Khan, as you would be with losing that wicket. It's a little bit too early for his own liking, but it was taken nicely by Usman Khawaja. He was fired up. Mitchell Starc with the big smile on his face. 2 quick wickets falling, and Pakistan now will go straight away from any chance of them being able to win this match. I would think now the draw is the best case scenario for them if they are going to be going that far in. Tell you what, if this game finishes in the next 15 minutes or so, we might be able to do the next game of rugby as well. It does start at 12, depending on what time we do get finished here. And also, we have got the Who Needs Bucket Hats, where wickets are raining from the sky, says Muttley. That is true. It looks like they are going to be continuing. And also, where have you been all day? The Aussies want to give you an honorary baggy green. So pretty much we did the first 50 minutes of the day. Then from there, we've been doing quite a bit of rugby on the channel, and now we have popped back for the cricket for the final session. I expected that they wouldn't lose wickets straight away like this, unfortunately. That was probably, hopefully I'm not the bad luck charm for Pakistan there. And also, I think this is the last nail in the coffin for Pakistan. The game gone now. He's coding. So it's just more of the case of can they bat for as long as they need to. They still need to bat for probably another 180 balls, somewhere around there. In fact, it's actually even more than that. If I'm not wrong, around 200 balls left that they will have to face with only 3 wickets in hand. Australia, they need to get themselves those 3 wickets. And if they do so, they will not just win this match, they will win the whole series up against Pakistan. And that will be a redemption for Pat Cummins, who did have a bit of a struggle in session 2, or match 2, I guess I could say. That one, but now Hassan Ali on strike to Mitchell Starc, right on the money straight away. Change of angle. Mitchell Starc's decided he wants to go round the wicket for this one. Australia, they need 3 wickets to win. Now they have got an 88% chance of being able to go on to win this one. And so you should just switch to rugby in the same stream. Just change the title. And there's this going, although I have got everything set up for that next live stream if I do need to switch very quickly. So that will be what we end up doing. If we need to, I guess worst comes to worst, we could start about 10 minutes into the game. But I feel like that would be a weird time to start. And Ali will fall next. And there's Sebastian. I mean, yep, he certainly will. Have you got the first name of the man who's going to fall next? Is it Hassan or Naman? Who is going, Sebastian? Do let me know. Currently, the speed of 138.3 Ks, getting some decent speed on that one. But Usman Khawaja dropped a catch in the last test match, right at the end. He's been able to catch that one nicely, though. And Mitchell Starc, he's been having a field day. Nathan Lyon, though, 3 wickets. It's been pretty impressive for him. Definitely with spin not being a priority on the surface, it seemed. As one of those things that they didn't really go for as much as I thought that they would. Probably for Pakistan, but I can understand why, because of the pace that they did have. Sheena Freddie and also Sebastian is so smart. And there is Asis going, he is indeed. He's a very quick-witted individual. That was close. I don't fiddle with first names, but it will be Mr. Ali, trust me, in there, says Sebastian. I feel like we've got to bet some money on that. I feel like if anyone was unfortunately not able to work out that both men have the last name Ali and did, I mean, you probably could get some money from someone if you play your cards right. But now it is going to be Noman Ali at the non-strikers end. And it will be Hassan Ali on strike for Mitchell Starc's 2 last balls of this over. It's going to be bulldozing his way towards the crease, I would think, for this one. And I think Ali will outscore Ali. And there's smartly side of off stump left alone there by Pakistan. Still just trying to work out what the best tactic is here for Pakistan. Losing those 2 quick wickets when we did enough starting the live stream. It was a rough shot from Sashid, unfortunately. Just hit it straight out to Usman Khawaja. The worst thing is he timed it beautifully. If it went either side of that man, it was 4 runs, but it went straight down the throat of Usman Khawaja, the century man himself. Sajid Khan so frustrated with himself not being able to help his side over the line in this game. Whether that was a draw, whether that was a win. I think Pakistan, at stages, it was going to be, I think there was a little bit of intent there trying to go for the win. I think that's close to the outside edge. They asked for it. They say no. And Hamish, will you see the comments appearing are you external monitor or you see on your phone? So it is on the same monitor as they have got the pretty much sport on a different tab. They go upstairs here, Australia. They think they might have got on themselves their 8th. And that will be Hassan Ali if he was dismissed there. But yeah, pretty much my live streaming software has everything on the same screen for myself so that I can kind of work out exactly what is happening for everything. And then I've also, alongside that, got my second monitor, which I'm just setting up now. I think he just hits the ground here. Yeah, no, just hits the ground. I don't believe he's clipped the ball there, which does mean that Australia won't have any reviews left now, which would be unfortunate for them, of course. But that's going to be not out. They decided they would just go for it anyway, see whether or not they could get away with it. But they are still going to be 7 down here for Pakistan. They are sitting now almost 85 overs down. In fact, it is 85 overs down. Australia lose their review. No more left. Pakistan still just have the one up their sleeve, which they should have used for Mohammad Rizwan. We did see his wicket a little bit earlier on. Unfortunately, just ended up going wrong for him. They didn't use that review. They could have still had Rizwan out at the middle alongside Bubba Razam if they had got that one right. But now Pat Cummins, big Captain Pat at this stage. Who does he bowl next? I assume he'll still go Nathan Lyon for this over, and Stark probably gets one or two more, I would think, for the next stage. We haven't seen too much of Mitch Swepson. Cameron Green also bowling quite nicely for himself throughout this whole series, I would say. Currently now, still another few overs left, 36 to be exact, no run taken for Pakistan. The replay of this one, the Australians, they thought that they heard something, but I believe it was just the noise of the bat on the ground. I wait to Pakistan have any reviews left. They've got one more for themselves. And also we have got there, will you be able to see your live stream or live watching somewhere without watching your own stream? So pretty much I can see, I guess you could call it my control panel, if that makes sense. So pretty much I can see myself there. My scoreboard that I've got is there. And then also the chat is there. So it's kind of all on the same screen with the live streaming software that I use, just so that it isn't too confusing type thing. And yeah, I pretty much have everything that I need. And then down below, I've got a different tab open with the cricket on it so that I don't have to look over there too much for the match, just because it's normally a bit better having it straight on. Currently, they've got two slips in the form of Khawaja and Smith. They've got a man in close with Labuschagne. They've got a man in close in Warner. And also now they've decided to drop Travis Head down to a bit of a short, fine leg, I guess you'd call him there. It's off the pad, but it's down leg. Nathan Lyon's not quite able to pick up that wicket. He will be after. If they get a couple more quick here for Australia, they will win this test match with quite a few balls to spare. You'd have to say this would be the one that they'd be going for after that last performance that just didn't quite link up the way that they would have loved it to. Do we bring out the bucket hat stack again? Don't know. I did have a lot of bucket hats on my head last night when I was stacking them all up. In fact, I had about 12, so that wasn't a good idea because it was quite heavy. Now, currently, another player getting added in. I believe that's now going to be Travis Head, also on the leg side. So they've got 6 men, in fact, in close here for Australia, if you count the keeper. Obviously done by Marnus, fielding it in close. I think they'll go to spin quite often throughout this next little while. Yep, do it. Says Betty Wagon. So we won't count this over as one, but the next over, every time there is a over without a wicket, we will put on a bucket hat. There you go. We'll see how we go, see whether or not we can stack them a little bit lower than last time down the league side. That one didn't really bounce at all. And also we've got Australia win the series. They have pretty much become the final or the first team to qualify for the World Test Championship final, says Coding, although it's still a long way away. So a lot more matches to go, I believe. And Hamish, did you watch Moana Pacifica beat the Hurricanes? We sure did. We did the live stream for it as well. And it was an absolutely incredible matchup. And also just one, though, not like non-mental people do. And there's a submission for that one. So you think just the one. Tell you what, I'll ask you guys the question. Out of all the bucket hats that you saw yesterday, which one was your favorite? Do let me know. We got the fire hat. We got the rainbow one. We got the smiley faces, the zebra, the purple, the denim, the blue. What one? And also a couple other swirly ones as well. Do let me know. That is the end of another over here. And it is going to be now 86 overs down. And also, Paddy does go for the Hurricanes, so he would prefer to forget about that match by the looks of it there. But yeah, it was a great game. It was a very good game, great finish to the match, first golden point that we did end up seeing. And also, we have got there the zebra because it got wickets, and there as well, says Paddy Wagon. And also the fire, says Paddy. Wait, so the fire because it got wickets and the zebra from Sebastian. How about two hats? We'll switch between them each over. There we go. Also, we over there, how do we get them? And then Hufflepuff, and there says Abdullah for that one. So, yeah, pretty much I have got my bucket hats, ladies and gentlemen. Each over that we don't have, I will switch out a different bucket hat. Just wear one at a time and see what hat it is that actually ends up getting the wicket, perhaps. Mitchell Stark now wide outside off stump. That ball is certainly not going to get you the wicket. You do bowl it that wide. Hassan Ali leaves it alone. Currently, Pakistan, they still need to face another 35 overs to be able to go on to get themselves a win. That is challenging, definitely with the fact that it is still quite a new ball. And this one, they have got the Dunedin team moment at the moment. Also the zebra, and there's Sebastian for that one as well. Currently now 5 balls left of this over, and Mitchell Stark, I assume he'll probably get another one after this. He'll be feeling pretty good overall. And also, do you have any brother or sister? I have got one sister who is a bit older than myself. Mitchell Stark charges in once again. Nicely played there. And they do take the single. In fact, they might even get 2 runs. If not 4, they do cut it off nicely. And they just get the 2 runs. Mitch sweeps into him very nicely there to stop it from being the boundary. That's the thing. If Pakistan scores some quick runs alongside these two at the crease, like, I'm not going to say it's a chance, but it's still like that little teeny weeny little bit of something there for them if they do end up getting themselves a couple more boundaries in a row, even if they're outside edges, just through the slip cord, and she'll be right. Yeah, they do end up going there. But I want to see this one go deep into this match. Currently sitting 11:54 p.m. here in New Zealand, Australia. They still need themselves another 3 wickets, and they have still got plenty of time to be able to do so. But Pakistan, if they do bat out this, it would just be absolutely incredible, similar to what we saw for that last draw for the second test match. They batted for a long time, and they were able to just hang in there. They've still got Sheena Freddie. Also, your sister not interested in cricket commentary or in your channel. Says, Connie, she doesn't actually live with me. So that's probably one of the main things. She does live not even in the same island as myself. She is up in the North Island working. So that's probably why she hasn't been on the channel as of yet. I don't know whether or not she would be when she does come down. I feel like no amount of money would convince her that she does want to sit next to me and do the commentary. Like, it's not so much as the fact of she wouldn't want to watch a game of sport. It's just more of the case of she wouldn't want to do the commentary alongside it type thing, if that makes sense. Now, Mitchell Stark, nicely done once again by Hassan Ali. Just lasting a little bit longer. He's not too happy with that one there. I think that's Sajid Usman Khawaja, maybe possibly mocking him a little bit there, but Muhammad Rizwan, you have to wonder what would have happened if that man had reviewed and stayed out there for a little bit longer. And Babar Azam, he's not a very happy man at the moment. He will be feeling the pressure currently, and as he should be. 3 wickets they still need to survive for. At the moment, they've got some pre-entertainment for the game at HBF Park between the Brumbies and also the Western Force, but I will get you guys, or I will let you guys know kind of how it is going throughout that match as well. Short ball, and also can't even get her number. You're not quite, unfortunately for you. I know that you're persistent, but nah, don't know whether or not she would be interested. I don't think she'd want anyone who watches my channel as someone she talks to, just because then if she has to hear about what I'm doing all the time, I feel like that would drive her insane. Currently, Usman Khawaja, he's had a very good series. 91, 104 not out, 160, 44 not out, and then at 97. And you did mention once that she likes those things with pages and words in them. I did, yeah, the books, those weird things that people read. I don't know how they do it. Like, even reading through lineups and whatnot is hard enough. No, but to be fair, I've probably gotten used to reading more. I still can't read very quickly, though. Like, I do all right in the live streams, but if I try and read a book, I would suck at it. Overall, like, in terms of trying to get through pages at a decent rate, that it doesn't take 10 years. It's worth mentioning again, brilliant decision to declare at 350 ahead when Baba was caught. Sajid Khan believed with 138 to win and a lot of overs left, kept taking shots and was almost caught there. And I was like, what is this book you speak of? It's a weird thing. Like, I know that there's a dictionary with a whole heap of them. It was a joke for that time months ago. There says Betty, and it sure was. I remember I gave you 1 digit of the number, but I think that was the same digit that also was in my number for that one. And also, Hamish Australia win. And there says Ryan, but currently 87 overs, down 216 for 7 now. Currently getting closer and closer. If can't chase, he doesn't get out. And there as well says Dan, and also your sister is doing job and earning more than you or less. If you want to do job, she can help you in finding job as she has experience. Probably not. Her job's probably a completely different, I guess, aspect of what she's doing. She's certainly making more than me, though, at this stage, as that's not very tricky to do. And also, we have got the I have a book, which you can color in. I love coloring in. I'm terrible at it, or I used to be anyway. I've gotten better. That sounds like I do it every day. I haven't colored in a long time. I always remember, like, when a kid does the coloring in just all outside of the edges, and everyone's like, you're doing a great job. That's very good. It's like, yeah, but is it? But then you gotta support them. You gotta big them up, as they say. Sebastian, I know that you talked about your cousin doing TikToks and that you don't like it very much because they do drawing TikToks, don't they? And also, you gave 2 numbers in there. I ended up in the library once. I was surrounded by them. Then I asked the bartender to give me a drink, and she said they don't sell drinks. Geez, that would have been a rough wake-up call, wouldn't it? I just realized they haven't put on a hat yet. Even though I said that every over that there wasn't a wicket, I was going to switch in one. That's gone straight down the ground for 6. It's a brilliant shot. And that is something you can't really afford to be doing if you're Australia, giving away a couple easy boundaries for Pakistan. Nice shot from Hassan Ali. And that is the second 6 of the innings for Pakistan. He's just gone after it. I thought that one was going relatively high to straight up in the air, but he's just, I guess the best way to describe it is he has smacked that one down the ground, giving it an almighty tonk, I guess you could say as well. And Pakistan to win this one is currently playing $52. That's actually not huge overall for the situation that they find themselves in. And now it's gone down to $33. So that just tells you how quickly this game has kind of changed with that one big 6. Reverse sweep, 4 more runs for Hassan Ali. He's come to play. The bucket hat has been a very useful tool for them at this stage, but nicely done by Hassan Ali and Pakistan. Yeah, man, people reading and being quiet. It was scary and traumatizing. See, I couldn't do libraries very well because I had to talk. Like, even if you're with your group of friends, like, even if you're not talking, you just make noises. Like, I don't know whether or not that's just me. Like, you just scuff your feet every once in a while just so that, like, you feel like it's not too quiet. And nicely done by Pakistan here, looking like they want to fight back. Much good news for Delhi Capitals and Bangladesh team. Mustafiza are each Indian today safety. So that is good news as well. But that's 10 runs off a couple balls for Hassan Ali, and that changes things up drastically in this matchup. And I'll say, there she is. There's his Betty Wagon. Currently now it's Andrew Gardner. Angus Gardner it is. He is going to be now going for the refereeing of this Western Force versus Brumbies game in this matchup. But for Leti Kaitu, he's going to be important for them as well. Nathan Lyon now bowls it outside of off stump. Good shot. And a change of pace there from Nathan Lyon. Does give it a little bit more flight. See if he can lure them in to playing a bit of a false security shot. But yeah, anytime there's a try or anything along those lines, we will end up letting you guys know. And Hamish, I think it will be a draw in there, says Ellie, for that one. Oh, sorry, that was actually Ryan. And also, it's too quiet in a library. How do you have so little or so many people in one place with so little noise? That's a great question. And it just feels wrong, doesn't it? Like, oh, he's bowled him. Nathan Lyon has got the wicket of Hassan Ali. I think it's ended up smacking into his hands or his gloves, and it's just ended up just slowly tipping its way onto the stumps. Hassan Ali is attacking bowler by nature. I think he is going for win. And that's how. And also we have got there, they're not well. And there says Sebastian, what happens? Oh, it's hit him in the helmet. Then it's caught the hands on the way round in the swing and then falling onto the stumps. And that will now be 8 down for Pakistan. And just like that, they're back up to $64 to win this match. So it changed pretty quickly. A draw now paying $8.80 also if they are able to survive for a little bit longer. For anyone wondering about those odds, but currently that is going to be a big one for them. They are going to be at 226 for 8. Also, what a time to tune in. And he says, Jacob, and yeah, I guess the zebra hat did the job. It got 2 boundaries, and then from there, it just went from there. And also, what a mocking celebration is silly. And also, I told you, Muttley, says Sebastian there for that one. And also, well, what a dismissal. Yeah, very unlucky for himself. And how much longer will they survive, says Jacob. I'd say they've got another 10 overs in them at least here for Pakistan. They'll take it deep. Brumbies have scored within the first 2 minutes of that game, ladies and gentlemen. Who was it? Who scored the try here? So it was an interception, I believe. And it was Scott Seo who then passed it off to the hands of Samone. And then from there, Rob Valentini on the outside. Tom Banks off into the hands of Andy Muirhead. Ball back on the inside. Ryan Lonergan scores it for that one. Unlucky. Well, yeah, very unlucky. And Brumbies get a try in 96 seconds. Very quick start to the match for the Brumbies. That is for sure. And that will change up the odds for that match, I would think, as well. Also, I love Pakistan tail in 10th, though, and Brumbies are playing, says Jacob. They are indeed. The Brumbies taking on the Western Force at HBF Park. So it's a late game for them, but they have just scored themselves their first try. And Amelia said, hi, welcome into the live stream. Hope you're doing well. I'm one happy Rebels fan right here. Even if it's the only game we win this season, I'll take it. Yeah, and it was a very good one. Rebels scoring themselves quite a few tries throughout that match. Oh, so he actually did the Hassan Ali celebration for that one. And also, why not streaming the fourth game? Pretty much it was the case of I had to try and make the decision between the two. And since we've done so much of Pakistan versus Australia, I felt like it was only fitting that we did the last day of the test match, although we might be able to do the second half possibly as well for the Western Force versus Brumbies, depending on how long this one goes for. And also, why you wear a hat? Wear your hat. You said, Wicket, you will wear your hat. Says Ryan there. So, yeah, pretty much it was the case of I was just going to be switching through the hats throughout the live stream. It's new over, so we'll take that one off. We'll go to the fire emoji one. That seems to go quite well for wicket taking balls. There we go. And also draw, come on, I'll never draw. Are you watching, Ryan? Pakistan not defending, someone wins. And there's Dan De Castro outside of off stump. And also, I was at the game and I swear I nearly lost my voice, especially in the last 10 minutes. Says Amelia, yeah, it was a pretty hectic finish to that game, that is for sure. But it was a good one at the same time. I feel like it was exciting right down to the final moment of that game, which is what you want. And the fact that Fiji and Drew kept on going, and also Mr. A to full next. And there's, you've gone even less specific for that one. But Mr. A, the next man, so that will either be Sheena Freddie and David Warner. I think he knows that they're on top currently for the Australians. And also my Pakistan, yeah, and hello, matey, absolutely, or love it, absolutely love it in there. Yeah, 2 quick wickets falling, or in fact, 3 quick wickets, in fact, for it. And love your hustle first and foremost, but attitude too, always upbeat and positive. Keep it up, bro. And yeah, or keep it all up, bro, says Jacob. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated. Yeah, just love the amount of sport that we got on at the moment. The worst thing is when we got overlaps, though. Like, it really hurts having to watch a game on a second screen and not be able to do a commentary for it. Like, I'm watching the Western Force Brumbies, 4 minutes in, 7-0 to the Brumbies. And his name will begin with an A and then an I. And there is that. Also, I was excited indeed for the win as a win. And hats off to the drawer for putting up one hell of a fight. Yeah, it just went, like, it was weird, that last kind of 15 minutes, wasn't it? How it just kept on going. And they just kept on scoring. Fiji and draw, they've shown that they can score tries in a hurry when they get going. It doesn't take too much for them to be able to get themselves right place, right time. And absolutely, I mean, I love the Kiwi accent. And there's us, says Kiwi boy Pete. Oh, sorry, young boy Pete, I should say. He will be Pakistani. I consulted. Oh, how'd that not hit the stumps? I heard a noise that sounded like bales going flying, and I thought that was good night time for Shaheen Afridi, but he's done very nicely to play that one out. And the perfect length Yorker from Mitchell Starc. He'll be going for the toes. You know the saying, on the toes, and off he goes. And that is something that Mitchell Starc is so capable of being able to do. Always gets it on the money when he needs to, but we will go like this. And we will go like that as well. I am just checking to see what they think in terms of who is going to be able to get themselves, I guess, the big changing moment in this game and who will be the next wicket taker. I would say Stark's not probably too far away from another. Shot from Sheena Afridi down the ground. 4 runs for Pakistan. Nice shot played back and forth. Indeed, I swear the Rebels, I want to give me a freaking heart attack one day. And then also 2 quick wickets. Stark goes bang, bang, bang. And as I said, young boy, although Sheena Afridi is the one going bang at the moment, hit it down the ground for 4. Says, if you're giving me a half volley length, I'll treat you to a nice straight drive. Sheena Afridi smacks it hard. I see Ali got out. And there, as I says, Betty, he did indeed. Which was a bit unfortunate for Ali. Of course, they're showing the Zick sign once again. They won't be able to do too much more advertising. I see that it's raining for the Brumbies versus Force game. But if we have still got Xavier here, what did you think of the game overall, Xavier? Are you impressed with the performance that we did see put in from the Rebels in that one? Or are you still hoping that there is a little bit better from the Rebels in future games? With Mitchell Starc now down the leg side. Well done from Alex Carey. Good work behind the stumps. He's been phenomenal throughout this whole Test series. And he's also been pretty decent with the bat in hand. But Sheena Afridi sitting on 4 runs off 3 deliveries. Nominally sitting on 1 off 11. Currently, the Western Force look like they're taking on 3 points here for Ian Pryor. Stark, he's only bowled 17 so far, and but that's okay because Ali is still in. And there, that is true. Looking at the positives in that regard, the Fire Hat hasn't really done the job, has it? That last over, although we got to see a boundary. So I feel like we can always take that one. There we go. We might have to switch out for the next one. That kick went over from Pryor. So now the score shot goes out to the man at deep backward square leg. And are you impressed with the Rebels' performance? or you're on the same length as the refs. Xavier. And that was at the end of the day, I love the rules till I die, as says Amelia. And yeah, that is the kind of supporter that they love to have. Someone who's going to stick by them no matter what. Through thick and thin. That is the end of the over for the 89th. We're going to switch out that hat. We'll go like that. We're going to go to Smiley. I feel like it's a very Smiley time. As well, the score is surprisingly stricken down under. It is. They did lose 3 quick wickets. And now because of it, it does mean that the match is still well and truly anyone's for the taking, really. Although 2 wickets down is certainly a difficult one. Because you stole that, I was trying to say, I was trying to stay that's a timeout. And it's okay because Ali is doing rats smartly for that one as well. Surely you're not going to time him out for saying about Ali. Plenty of Ali's around. Muhammad Ali, of course, very good boxer. Runs out. But now Sheena, Freddie, a couple of men in close. This will be the big tester for him. Nathan Lyon, 4 wickets down. Currently, they're already back inside of the 22 here for the Brumbies in that matchup also. But anyone who is new to this channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We've got plenty more action coming for not just the cricket side of things. We've got Bangladesh, South Africa coming up. We've got the ODIs. We've got the T20s. We've got all sorts coming up for these sides. And it's going to be a very exciting time of the year with the sevens also just around the corner for the rugby and also the NRL. We will be covering on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel, which is a link in that top corner if you guys do want to check it out. But Nathan Lyon looking to go over the wicket here, seeing whether or not he can create that hard angle. But Usman Khawaja as the second slip option. Steve Smith at first. 2 men in close with was Labuschagne and also David Warner. Nicely played by Sheena Freddie. Hello, greetings from Valletta Malta as well, says James Taylor. So welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing well. What time is it in Malta at the moment? Do let me know. Andy Muirhead's just scored again for the Brumbies. Nicely done. And that is 2. And my name is Sonu. I'm from India. I love you and I'm supporting Australia. I like Australia. See Sonu there. So yeah, at the moment, only 2 wickets away from them being able to get themselves a big win here. And Amish, what do you think? Will be a draw or not? For me, I feel like Australia, it may take a little bit of time, but I think they eventually make their way through. Like, it only takes probably 1 more wicket, and then you're in the deep water if you're Pakistan. And they still need another 130. And how many test wickets has Lyon got these days? I mean, he's got 4 for this one. I think he's ticked over the 400 mark, hasn't he? Or is he up to 500 now? I know that in the Ashes, brought up a big milestone. Big shot from Sheena Freddie. Goes in the air. What a catch. That is from Mitch Swepson. And that is going to be the wicket of Sheena Freddie. Over 400, Jacob says Sebastian. But that is huge for the Australians. Nathan Lyon, he's got 1 more now. So that's done the job. I guess you could say in 12:10 p.m. And this is James. And also, what are your thoughts on? Unfortunately, I think YouTube do have a big thing with, like, I guess, noting when people are talking about it. So I probably can't actually say anything about it without getting myself in trouble. Well, that one, a name is trying supporting Pakistan, says Ryan. So they're going to need a 130-run partnership here for the last partnership. Great take from Swepson. And once again, I mean, the Aussies are getting pretty cocky, mocking the crowd. As please don't, James. And there's Sebastian there, and another mocking celebration, this time from Mitch. And that's the thing, I don't know whether or not I would if I was Mitch Swepson. This is probably the last tour he's ever going to have to Pakistan because he hasn't exactly bowled great. You know? It's unfortunate for them, but that one was a great try for Andy Muirhead. I feel like we could pick up for the Super Rugby game from either the second half, depending on when this last wicket falls. Maybe get to do a little bit more action. And also, Irish Pakistan's fans crying. And there says Ryan. And yeah, it's a rough one. They look good. And Lions 5 for. He's done well throughout this match. And now it's going to be Shah out there in the middle. Normally picking up quite a few wickets, having a bit of a chat there with Marnus Labuschagne and close. Those two would have a bit of banter between them, I would think. But now 1 wicket to win. 130 runs if Pakistan want to win this game. So I don't believe that is on the cards. They'll probably more look for the draw from here, but they've still got a lot of overs to face if they do go for that draw for the Pakistan side. But currently Tom Banks, he's kicking it for the touchline. And the Rook there. It's a good kick downfield. All right, can Lyon get 6 here? Still got 3 balls left of this over. Shah just taking his time. 19 years of age. Younger than myself. He's got a lot more wickets than myself, that is for sure. You know, he's got a bat with a Canadian flag on it. So I'm not even sure what the brand is. That is UZ, or UZ, depending on how you look at it. He's just almost edged it. Alex Carey stumped him, but he was inside of his ground, and that was a brilliant delivery from Gazza. Currently, Noman Ali, what do you do here? Sheena Freddie smacked it nicely. It was just a good take from Mitch Swepson, and unfortunately, ended up going downhill. And with this trend, when the final wicket falls, the whole Aussie team will do a Sheena Freddie celebration. He's Abdullah. But I'd like to think, like, that's the thing. I don't know what it is, whether or not they are doing it in a respectful way or kind of a cocky way type thing. But I hope it is respectful, because I think this whole tour has been played, like, with respect. Like, both sides seem to have a laugh when they're out on the field. So I assume it's just something they are doing similar to what we've seen with the Pakistan batsmen, who have done a little bit of the no run, kind of like mimicking Marnus and Steve Smith type thing. I hope it's just similar to that. But that is the end of the 90th over now. Still another 130 overs to go. No, that's a lie. Only another 30 overs to go. We'll take off that hat, though. That's done the job. You just say, we'll leave hatless just for a while, yeah, and enjoy your rest. Oh, the rest of the night, mate, I really need some sleep, so we will see you later on, trucking down. And I hope you did enjoy the series with me and my mum of the test matches, and hopefully we can do a little bit more of the shorter format as well along the way. And it's Aussies. I wouldn't count on it being respectful in there, says Muttley, and also Sheena Freddie was an amazing player. Or Shahida Freddie, sorry, was an amazing player. And also Australia, Hamish now have only 26 overs. And also take care, trucking, says Sebastian there as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because you've got plenty of time left. Like, time's not the issue here. It's the wickets that are the issue with being 9 down. But this one win for Australia will win them the series if they are able to win this one. Of course, still got to get that one more wicket, which is easier said than done. Even though you're up against 2 tailwinders, I feel like a bad person in there, says Baker. Why? And also, we have got that take care, tracking down under, says Muttley, for that one as well. It looks like now Stunder actually going off the field for a blood bin here in the game between the Western Force and the Brumbies. Swepson gets the bowl. Nicely in behind, and also, who's your player of the match in the series, bro? I've got to give it to Usman Khawaja for the series. Like, he's just been sensational. Like, he's got 44 not out as his lowest total that he's scored in this series. Second lowest was about 67 out. Like, you don't get stat numbers like that without being in some incredible form. It's nicely done. They want the single. They're going to have to run those ones by the looks of it. And they will be taking the 2 runs. They do get a couple more. Are you going to do the second half when this game's over? I think we will be, depending on how it goes. We might even get some of the first half in as well. And Baker, account creator already. Come on, man, I'm ready. And then also want to see a bad person, I can time you out. And there says Paddy Wagon. And also, we have got the I like Pat Cummins here as the GOAT. And there says Baker for that one. And also, for player of the match, you've probably, it's arguably almost got to be Khawaja as well. But I'd say you'd probably go with one of the bowlers from Australia, maybe a Pat Cummins, because he has captained a lot better in this game. So I feel like that has to go into it as well type thing. But, yeah, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting series. And I guess, like, the fact that we're now back out, I don't trust that comment. As I said to Bashir, also Khawaja was with almost 500 runs in 5 innings here. He's got to be man of the series. A man of the series, Khawaja, match well. Cummins, tight bowling, great declaration. Lion Pfeiffer, as he's also got to be worth a shout. Although I think that first innings as well for Pat Cummins, being able to pick up that Pfeiffer for himself, does help him out a little bit. Although I'm not too sure how many he's got in the second innings. Nicely played once again. Mitch Swepson just can't buy a wicket at this stage. And I was like, just got to do that because I said I feel like I am bad. So do you feel bad because you like Pat Cummins? Is that where it came from? Now currently Naman Ali. So now I check the scoreboard. I have a mistake. Now it's 25.5 over. So they are a little bit behind for that one. I was like, I'll bake him out. And there as well. Says Paddy. But now Swepson. Nicely played once again. That is the end of the over. And it will now be 91 overs down, 234 for 9. And what do you think about the Rebels game? It was a close one. At times, the Rebels always had just enough oomph for them to be able to get themselves over the line, though. I think the Drua taking those early couple 3-pointers, yes, it was good for them to get a little bit into the game, but it also might have been just a little bit too much that they do have to make up there as well. I'm trying to enjoy the stream. There says Baker there, but currently on the halfway line. Yeah, and it is already 15 minutes into the game between the Brumbies and the Force. 15 points to the 3 of the Western Force. KJ, welcome in. I should have expected that it would be one of those comments somewhere along there. You said that, but I don't believe it. Says Sebastian there as well. I see him behind it. Nathan Lyon bowling currently. Okay, be good. Here's Paddy Wagon there as well. 234 for 9. Let's say Pakistan will try and draw and not lose the wicket. And yeah, like I mentioned, easier said than done. This stage with so many wickets, or so many wickets falling just in this session. And I was like, "G'day," says Jay, welcome in, mate. Although you already said, oh, sorry, that was your reply to me saying g'day, wasn't it? I got confused in my brain. I was like, hang on, did I just say g'day? And then I realized what had gone on. I hope you're doing well. And Jay with a thumbs up and hello, mate. And they're up from Paddy Wagon. But currently, they are showing the celebrations that the Australians have been doing. And also, Hamish, we see Devon Conway tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully, he is going to be playing in that match. That came in quite a long way. Nathan Lyon likes it. They are going to give it his not out. And also, we have got their no way on green earth. They survived 30 overs, no wicket as well. And Jay is he's just trying to fire. He's trying to stir the pot as well. Maybe a little bit, but for now, we're all calm, I would say. Also, thanks for the great coverage, Hamish, enjoyed. And he says, Joshua, appreciate you, mate. Although they have still got one wicket in hand, although that makes me think maybe they lose it now. Off the edge, the outside edge it was, and they are going to be able to get themselves just the single by the looks of it. They do want. So that just tells you straight away they don't care about the runs now. It's just going for the draw. But Naman Ali will now be on strike for this one. So Eleanor, and there says Tirana Marie. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And also, we've got the going to stream the IPL today. I certainly am. It is going to be at 3 a.m., isn't it? So hopefully it doesn't overlap with anything else. But if it does, we will just have to try and balance our way around kind of everything that is going on in the world of rugby and cricket. But that is the plan to do the IPL. And that will be on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel, I should mention, which is the pinned comment for that one as well. And also, we've got the Oyster the pot. Otherwise, a layer of scum will form on the top. And then also, we've got that. That's why they still tried winning after a Bubba catch. Aussie bowling too well just to defend. And then, yeah, I feel like it's only a matter of time, isn't it? Never trust an account that's been created on the day of. And they say, you're smart, Sebastian. You're right up there, aren't you? You end up going through in the end. No, it falls safe once again for them. What was I about to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to put the link to the Kiwi Lad Sport channel in the chat. That is the link. Everyone be sure to check that one out. And also, we have got the hello, Hamish Process for Shah. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing well. And hope you are excited for the rest of this game. Now, I have been informed that it's less than 29 overs left for this one, but for now, it seems like they are going to be having that up on the top of the screen. Nathan Lyon now. Once again, well played, Hamish. Are you going to stream IPL night? And then says Ryan, I am hoping to. It does just depend on whether or not it does overlap with anything else, and also whether or not we have got, I guess, that situation of, oh, Tom Banks is going to score a try by the looks of it here. And it's going to be another try for the Brumbies, a third in 17 minutes. You're on fire currently. And also, we had the BBL bots, IPL bot season coming up. And there's the exhibition. That is true. So it will slowly rotate through them, and then we'll probably be into maybe a CPL / something else. And also, Baker's done it. I mean, that's a bit aggressive, Baker, for someone who's just trying to enjoy the stream, of course. And also know that means work. And there says Paddy. I guess we'll just leave that to you. I don't know what they do in Malta, Baker, but I assume you're somewhere along those lines. So I guess enjoy your line. Sounds good. At 29 overs, Pakistan should think about playing for a draw. Says Jay Hayes, yeah. It's just going to be a bit tricky, although I think it's down to about 20 overs or somewhere around there, or maybe 25 they have got for themselves. But it was nice play from the Brumbies to be able to go through and get themselves another try. That is 3. They've already got themselves towards the bonus point, and the Western Force are getting dominated in front of their home crowd here. It's just great backline movement from the Brumbies. Plenty of time left. And Baker wishing us all well. And he is indeed, and you're right, by the way. More Cummins has been man of the match. Series is a lot Kawaja. And then all out says Ryan there. And also you've got the I will Super BBL only Brisbane Heat, or support BBL only Brisbane Heat, only for Chris Lynn. And there as well. But now currently Pat Cummins, he will be bowling this one. Currently sitting 2 wickets taken off 15 overs. And Righto Matey looks like drinks very soon. And then also we have got the all out from Ryan. And that one, I don't know whether or not that's a prediction or a spoiler at this stage. We have to wait and see, of course. So now Pat Cummins charging into bowl. First ball of is over. They've got 2 slips. And they have got, it's gone through them. And that is going to be Pat Cummins taking the wicket. I will say it was slightly dampened, of course, but it was still very nicely done by the Australians. Pat Cummins gets surrounded by his teammates, and the final wicket falls for Australia because Bat not just bowl, but captain side to win with 350 declared. And I can't wait for the series to be over, says Luke. And also Ryan has blocked me. So this is Jay. Well, that one. But Pat Cummins picks up his third wicket. Yeah, you got to give him man of the match, I would think, for this one. And Pat Cummins, I guess you'd say he's redeemed himself a little bit with the fact that Australia have been able to go on to win this one. But it's certainly not the result that Pakistan would have been after, but they went aggressive. Unfortunately, Baker, we have to deal with a Randy Cowboy, or will have to deal with a Randy Cowboy now. And there says Sebastian. But Pat Cummins, he's a happy man currently. Very nicely done by the Australians. Back-to-back series at this stage, 24 years apart, they've just said, which is an insane stat to have, the fact that it's been that far, I guess, apart for that one. And also we've got that, oh, nice. We win good timing in there. And also congratulations, Australia, says Sebastian. Yeah, very well played in this matchup. They were able to get themselves 5 wickets in quick succession here. We only started doing our live stream at about 11:40. And in that time, they've been able to pick up the 5 wickets. That does end up getting them the win. Nathan Lyon bowling well, getting the 5 for, and also Pat Cummins picking up the 3 wickets in that final little stage. Currently, the Western Force, we're only actually 20 minutes into this game for Western Force versus Brumbies. So I guess, do you guys want to see me transfer over to that one, do a little bit more of the chatting and fitting in, come Wicket Beauty, and then Australia are inaugural winners of the Bernard Quidder Trophy as well, says Muttley. That one's an impressive performance there from the Aussies to be able to go on and get themselves the win. And Pat Cummins, as questionable as some of his decisions were throughout this tour, still a series win, which I feel like is something that Australia can certainly take to the bank. So we have got there, do it, says Luke, and that one as well. So what we will do, I mean, we're 20 minutes through. Do you guys want me to start for the second half, or do you want me to just kind of carry on from there? So we've got that, righto, matey. Awesome to have your commentary in my lounge room. And there, so I guess it's from my lounge to yours, because I'm also in the lounge currently, just with the green screen to disguise it a little bit. But yeah, the lounge is behind me. And that's fine. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. We have also got, Pakistan versus Australia, the shorter format games we will be covering on the channel as well. And alongside that, we have got New Zealand, Netherlands. We didn't get to cover it today, but we will be covering it in the near future. IPL as well on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel. Be sure to check out that one as well. But Muhammad Rizwan is a bit disappointed. That one, cheers for streaming. Thanks to the mods chat. Cheers to the chat room for all the laughs. And a Doff sat in there as well, says Muttley. But yeah, it's been a pretty awesome series. Overall, I know at times it hasn't been great, but at least we've got a series winner rather than it just being, I guess, a bit of a stalemate there. Overall, but currently, although we're 22 minutes into that game, we're probably getting a little bit late to start, aren't we? Now I think about it. It'll be a weird one. All right, starting about a little bit in. Do we? I'm on the fence, as you guys can probably tell. And that's saying, cheers, everyone, says Sebastian there. Maybe we just come back with 3 live streams tomorrow, and the IPL might be the better way of doing it for the Super Rugby situation. But at the moment, the Brumbies are leading 20 points to 3, so more than likely they will end up getting themselves a win into that game. And also Lance Franklin kicked 1,000 into the AFL goals. And now let's go just telling you, and also carry on, me boy, carry on. You think I should? I think we set up the next live stream. I mean, you guys are still here. So I feel like one moment we will go like that. I just got to quickly open up my tab, and a big win for World Test Championship Table 2. Almost a lock for final now. And then get off the fence. I can imagine this isn't very comfortable. I sit on the fence that much. The saying says that you get splinters, and that is probably exactly what I do, unfortunately. So one moment we will go like this. I'll go up to this one. One moment, I can't actually see the chat just at this very second. We'll go like that. We'll go like that, and we will go like that as well. Setting this all up. What's the time? So we'll start at about, I'll say 12:40, 12:35, somewhere around that mark, when we are about 30 minutes into that game. I think would be a good idea, just to have it as a nice round number overall. But we'll go down and we'll grab that, because I think the cat wants some food, so I might I'll give him some food while we're in the break. And also, congratulations, bro. I'm very happy in this. And also, if this game was played in Perth, it would have ended in day 3, and IPL overlaps with the URC. If you consider streaming it. Okay, so it will depend on what games of the URC are taking place, I think, as well. Oh, this is going to be a hard one to choose, isn't it? I've got so many overlaps. Like, it's only 2 sports, but everything seems to be going against each other in terms of those little gaps and whatnot that we have got. But I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to make it so that the redirect of this live stream is actually going to take you guys straight over to that Western Force live stream that will be coming up very soon. So we go like that. We go like that. We go like that as well. And then I click on this one. I feel like you guys are seeing my brain really work currently. There we go. We have got it set up. So now I believe it will take you guys straight over to that next live stream when we do end up starting it in only a very short moment. But yeah, I'll go get something to eat very quickly and then also feed the cat. And then we will be all good to go for the next game. But anyone who is new to the channel, like I mentioned, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Currently a high-scoring game between the Brumbies and the Western Force. So hopefully the rest of the game will continue. So I bet you as soon as I start streaming, they won't score any points for the next like 40 minutes just to tease me and make me feel sad. But it's all right. We've already had a very good end to this Test series. And also we've got a good evening to Australia. And there says Danny Lewis. Yeah, they have been able to win it by 115 runs. They win this match. They win the series. And now they will get to move on to those shorter format contests. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. I have put that link so that it does transfer straight over to our next live stream for the Force versus Brumbies. But I will see you all in about 5-10 minutes time. We'll be starting as soon as the clock hits exactly 30 in that Western Force versus Brumbies game. So we'll see you all in a short moment.